If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, well, welcome to Life for Gaz. Now, I try my best to upload a new video every single Wednesday, and if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and more importantly, ring the bell to get all the notifications. Well, hey guys, welcome to Life for Gaz, and tonight I'm out here fishing in the low water. It's midnight at the moment. I'm going to give it a few hours of dropping down and an hour, maybe an hour or two coming back in. But tonight it is absolutely flat calm. It's like a mill pond out there. So I've put one rig on, which is just out there, sort of targeting flatfish. I'd love to pick up my first over sole of the season. And then the other, I'm going to fish at as much distance as I can. And that one is out there to pick up maybe smoothhound, rays, dogfish, bullace, see if there's anything like that knocking around. And like I said, it's easterly, it's flat calm, so these sessions can be hit and miss. They can be fantastic, but fingers crossed, we are going to see some fish tonight. So guys, here's the first rig I'm using. I've got a size 4 hook on the bottom, and that's obviously on the free hook flapper rig. Then I've got this one with all the attractors, great for place. And then I've got that floating attractor bead just sitting up there. And that's the free hook flapper rig that I'm using. And next I'll show you that clip down I'm using as well. And there's the clip down, it's a pennel this one. And the bait loaded up on it at the moment. It's one of my go-to for rays. So fingers crossed, we might see one or two of them tonight. Here's the first fish that opened up the account tonight in the tally of total of fish which I ended up with, and it was a whiting. Unfortunately this one didn't go back, and that's because I must have struck into it and it pulled the hook up through the top of his mouth and unfortunately killed that fish. Now I did use him as bait, but unfortunately nothing decided he wanted to take him. Now, something I always wonder about whiting is the fact that in the summer I never seem to catch them at night. I occasionally catch them in the day, but not very often. But in the winter, I catch them day or night fairly readily. And it interests me why their behaviour changes as soon as the cod turn up. Well guys, it is certainly not the biggest one I've ever had, but there's my target species just there. Thornback ray, weighing in probably a couple of ounces. So I'm going to get this little guy back, little girl back in the ocean, and I'm going to let her swim off. I'll catch her when she's about 10 pounds in a few years time. Another few whiting just there, and these guys are fast becoming the dominant species of the night. Now, this was also the first time I'd filled all 3 hooks on that flapper rig, and this is maybe because I was making some baits up and I probably missed some bites. And normally what I'll do is fish with that flapper rig and hit the first bite that I get. Now, if I miss that one, that fish can stay there whilst other fish hit other hooks, and to me that's probably what had happened here. As we got closer towards the low tide mark, most of the fish I was having were actually coming from the gully just in front of the beach. Now, the other rod was cast out at a lot more distance, where I'd wade across the gully in front of me up to the next sandbank and then drop it in the gully behind that one. But although that did produce a ray early on and a couple of whiting, that rod really just got left out there as a sleeper, whereas the rod which was in short done the majority of the work. Towards the end of the session, I pulled in a little 5-bearded rocklin. Now, it's very unusual for me, as I normally catch quite a few of these in the winter, but I've never caught them in the summer before. And the difference between the summer and the winter rocklin from just this fish, which I can see in front of me, is this fish does not have that fat little belly that they normally have in the winter. Staring at the face of the man in the moon, it was time to walk off the beach, having had a 9 whiting, 1 rocklin and a lovely little thorny as well. Well guys, unfortunately that's it for tonight. I'm going to go home and get a bit of kip now before I get up tomorrow to start again. But All being said, a little roundup of the session. We had quite a few white in. I had a really random rockling. I've never caught one in the summer before. Catch them in the winter, not in the summer usually. And I also got my first thornback ray of the season. And granted, he was only the size of my hand, but he was still a little thorny, and she was absolutely fantastic to watch swim away. But if you've liked this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down here. Also check out my latest fishing video over there, and of course my sea fishing playlist up top.